Welcome back, everyone. Thank you very much for coming to this apparent event. Um, this next apparent session is called "The Undoing of Nothing," which doesn't really make sense because nothing can't be undone, and there's nothing to undo. That's actually the point, that there's no point. That whatever seems to be happening is actually nothing. So there's nothing that can be done about nothing because nothing is nothing. Everything that's appearing is actually nothing. Everything that is appearing as memories, nothing. Thoughts, nothing. Visual, nothing. Everything that seems to be happening is really nothing. There's a wise saying, which is actually not really wise. Everything is nothing. Nothing is everything. Empty is full. Emptiness is fullness. So it's very simple. It's very something that cannot really be understood because it's really simple. Trying to understand it is doing nothing, which is the same actually. Undoing nothing and doing nothing is exactly the same because there's no one doing anything. And there seems to be this understanding that, well, I still have this chatter. I still, I feel that this is really happening. All of that actually is nothing. All of that actually is emptiness. All of that is the beloved. All of that is the unfuckable. All of that is this. And this isn't. And seemingly everything that seems to be happening is an illusion, but it feels completely real. The heartache, the elation, the tenderness, the sweetness, everything seems to be happening is really nothing. And it's actually something that that can't be figured out because nothing can't be figured out. The sweet surrender of nothing, since nothing is surrendering, is that everything that's happening is nothing and everything. And I sound like probably like a broken record right now, saying nothing is nothing and everything is nothing, because everything that I'm saying doesn't really make sense. It doesn't have to make sense. This is an energetic expression saying that everything that seems to be lacking, missing, is already complete. So coming into this apparent retreat, thinking that you will get something, is also nothing happening. Someone had a question earlier. We're get started. I wanted to make a really quick intro because we only have an hour left. And I wanted to answer some questions if you have any questions, but there's no questions yet, so I'll keep on talking. Oh, yeah, Steve. Hi, Steve. Oh, I can't hear you. There's a button there that goes mute. There we go. You're on now.
Okay.
Hi.
I just wanted to say that I listened to the discussion, got an hour-long discussion with Grace, and it was really a wonderful discussion, and I appreciate that.
Thank you. Grace,
Oh,
thank
thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. I had no idea.
Oh, yeah, it was very good. Very good.
Oh, Angel, Angel, you have a question? Should I read it, Angel? Is Angel still here?
I'm here.
Oh,
You can
hi.
read it.
Oh, I can
Hey.
read it. Hi, how are you doing? You made it.
I made it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Finally.
Yeah. So go ahead with your question.
Well, I mean, it was basically me just trying to explain, like, my boyfriend has noticed some of the podcasts that I've been sharing.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
So last night he started to try to talk to me about it. And I tried to explain to him that, well, you know what I mean. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
really explain it. And
How?
so I was afraid that he was going to think that I was mental and he wasn't going to be able to get this, because you can't get it with the mind. And
No.
so he started to pick up on it pretty quickly. And he talked about labels, and he talked about how basically I was saying we're nothing or it's nothing. And how can I love him if he's nothing, or if it's nothing? So it become pretty emotional
Yeah, yeah,
last
yeah.
night. Yeah. So
I wish we
like,
had. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
well, I was just going to say, like, I wish that, like, that's where I struggle, because
Yeah,
about relationships and things like that, because even though I know there's no me here, no I to whatever, but it's like I feel like there's a shift happening. It's like I just became emotional last night, would
yeah,
cry, then I would laugh, and I could almost see things for how they really are.
yeah,
But yeah, it's like just this, I don't know, it's like a roller coaster of like
yeah,
emotions.
yeah. I wish we talked, last night. But
Right.
this is a really funny meme that I saw. The first rule about non-duality club is you don't talk about non-duality. The second rule about non-duality club is you don't talk about non-duality.
Right,
It's like Fight
right.
Club, right? Because it's
Yeah,
something that is just, um, I share this story many times. I don't even talk to my family about this because this is something that is, since there's really no one there anyway, right? So
right,
everything seems to be, I guess it's exciting to talk about that there's never been anyone here, but talking
right.
about it is almost like it's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's sometimes it's really sad at times for me, because I feel like that. I mean, apparently I still feel a part of me as an individual, but then it's almost
Yeah,
like I don't at the same time.
yeah,
And I feel like the other day I showed up at my daughter's house unexpectedly just so I could hug her. It was almost like I felt like I was losing them. You
yeah.
know what
That
I
seems to
mean? Like,
happen.
yeah, yeah, like because I feel like that they're meeting me with some sort of filter.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like there's some kind of barrier there, you know.
yeah,
And so now things are like, apparently one day it's like this way, and then the next day apparently it's something different, you
yeah,
know. Yeah, so
yeah.
that's where I'm still in this loop of, you know.
Yeah, so it seemingly read some of your posts that there seems to be a loosening, of the
Yes.
belief system, like like a glimpse perhaps that maybe there's nothing happening.
Right.
Yeah, and it's
Oh
quite it's
yeah.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely, so yeah.
But seemingly
Mm-hmm.
what seems to happen is that it's really hard, I can't really this is not really an advice, but everything is just happening to no one. And it's
Mm-hmm.
really simple. It's really, really simple. But what everything seems to be happening is also there's this seemingly happening and unhappening appearing at the same
Mm-hmm.
time. They
Right.
say chop wood, carry water.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm. Right.
basically it. Yeah. Nothing really happened. That there's just
Mm-hmm.
this seeming kind of like elation. It's almost like I like what Gray said earlier. It's kind
Mm-hmm.
of like the default is not knowing.
Right.
Yeah, because no one knows. It's
Right.
it's
Right.
it's almost like the seeing of this one is almost like the slipping away of all of the wisdom and knowing. The
Mm-hmm.
wisdom of
Yep.
knowing what's real or what's not real because it just doesn't know. The default is nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's funny too, because and we can talk more another time
Yeah,
about
for
it.
sure.
Yeah, but I remember when I was little, that I would always look at like adults and others and be like, why are they talking like that? What are these words? Why do we have language? And where do these
Yeah.
stories come from? Like, it was very odd to me.
This is very odd. So what seemingly happened, I talked about this earlier, that there seems to be, and this is just a story as well because everything is a story.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be almost like a cult of the me, the cult of knowing, the cult of
Mm-hmm.
understanding. So this talk is
Right.
almost like a deprogramming of that understanding. and it's
Exactly.
yeah. So this is like a deprogramming, and it's hard to, it's like, when it's almost like you want to tell others as well, but the
Yeah.
revelation is that there are no others.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And I think that's why I showed up at my daughter's, because it's almost like I'm getting it, but I'm not getting it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's almost like just feeling like I'm losing
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah. So this is almost anticlimactic, right? Because people
Hmm.
have this idea that when this finally drops, you want to tell the whole world, and you're like, shout to the mountaintops, and you're like, but there's no one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like,
Exactly.
oh, hooray.
Yeah. Exactly. It can
Nothing
feel.
happened. Nothing is happening. Who am I going to tell?
Yeah.
I did tell my friend, one of my best friends that I've known for maybe about a long, long time. And then
Hmm.
I was talking to him like, dude, there's nothing happening. There's whatever. This was on the phone. And then afterwards, he said to me, were you on mushrooms, Emerson, when you high when you called me? I'm like, so I thought that he was grasping it. He's just a really patient friend. You know what I'm saying? That I can talk
Yeah.
anything. And he goes, I don't doubt you, but were you high? And I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, yeah. I've
And
kind
then
of had a similar, I've kind of had a similar talk with my best friend Julie,
yeah,
but it's kind of similar, but she's very much attached to her beliefs and like religion and all
yeah,
this. And so she keeps thinking, oh, this is a belief, and I'm trying to convert her. And I'm like, no, 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 no,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
So she just, no,
yeah, yeah.
no. But
The
anyway, so.
proof that there's no one to convert, if there was, for example,
Mhm.
when I was a spiritual teacher, I tried to convert my entire family into
Yeah.
being vegan. I think I talked to someone else about it, being vegan, and
Uh-huh.
and meditation, and I would tell my dad, you should meditate, you're stressed. Now, there's actually no talk about it. My mom actually saw one of my interviews with Zuma, and then I
Uh-huh.
was like, oh no, I hope she didn't. She's kind of deaf, so I'm happy
Uh-huh.
that,
Yeah.
maybe she just doesn't want to talk about it. But again, that's just a
Right.
story. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I look forward to chatting with you another
Yes,
time.
yes. All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Thank you.
Thank you for making it,
Yes, absolutely.
Sabi. Hey man, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Emerson?
Good.
Good, good. I mean, I just want to say hi. I don't have any questions or nothing. And thanks for holding these, man. I love it.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thank you. Someone messages, thank you so much for releasing all the videos. Can you release a new video every day? um, there seems to be a passion here and just talking about nothing. Although it's talking to no one, there seems to be just this um aliveness, or just this excitement about nothing. Nothing is being shared here, nothing is being expressed, but there seems to be a just this joy, the joy of nothing. Oh, that's the title of my new book, The Joy of Nothing. It's kind of like the joy of cooking. um Thank you, Kane. You're the best, Kane. um can you talk about unconditional freedom? Yes, I talked about it earlier. I'll release some. I'll send you guys an email. I talked about unconditional freedom earlier, but unconditional freedom is this: there's nothing to change, because freedom is already free, so it can't change. The the wanting of conditions is an illusion. So when it's seen that everything is already perfectly fine as it is, everything, everything is already free. When is the book coming out? Um, Soon. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. So when it sucks, it just seems to suck. Just suckiness, not preferred, but not as capable either. Freedom sucking. Yeah, you can say that. So when it's seemingly there seems to be a preference of what freedom should be or what is should be. There should be this, there should be that, there should be the preference is also emptiness, preferring emptiness. So when it's seen that everything is nothing, appearing as whatever, so it's nothing, 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 nothing. Or you can also call it freedom, 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 wholeness, wholeness. Again, these are just words. So there seems to be a separation, but that separation actually is also wholeness. It's just appearing as separation. As I said, it's like a game that's playing a game of by itself. It's like playing hide and seek. It's kind of like, playing hide and seek, but it can't hide because it's whole. So it appears in everything. So the play, it's kind of like, ready or not, here I come. And then you open up your eyes. You're like, where are you? Here, here. It can't hide because it's whole. So there's an illusion of it being but nothing is hidden at all because it appears as everything. Thank you, Ivan, for that question. Thank you. So yeah, these words, it's really funny because this is just really an energetic expression that nothing is happening. So what's being illuminated here is that you've been had. What you think is real is actually not real. What you think is thinking is actually not thinking. Everything seems to be happening, but it's really not. And there's nothing wrong or right about that. It's actually quite amazing, it's quite stunning that there are no memories, that there are no thoughts, that there's no one here, there's no one there, no one's listening, no one's understanding. Everything is just appearing all at once, automatically. Boom, clap, boom, boom. That's what's happening. It can't be said in words. I'm trying to use sound effects. Because everything is a happening that's also an happening at the same time, and that cannot be understood. That cannot be pictured. That's also the liberation of it. Because the one that's understanding, the one that's trying to understand, is not really understanding anything. The illusion is that it's getting something, but actually there's nothing to get. It's like everything is answers. An answer poses like a question, but it's also the answer. So every question is also the answer. There's no separation. There's seemingly a speaker here, but there's no seeker there. So there's a play of seeker and speaker, and the reason that I laugh at it is because there seems to be an idea that there's someone here and there's someone there. But all is seen is empty. Go ahead, William.
I'm getting more and more frustrated for this message again.
My point, exactly.
It's just a fucking sorry. The thing is, right, so like here, I feel like there's an experience of trying to find something else, get somewhere, get what I want, become who I think I should be, and all of that. Make my life work.
Yeah. Make
things go well, make things go the right way, all of that.
Yeah.
Has that all, well, that's called seeking. Has that completely dropped away there for that body, that apparent body that we refer to as Emerson?
So what do you think? Let me ask you a question, because there's no seeker and there's no speaker. So what do you think is going to drop away, William? And I'm not talking to anyone here. There's no one there. So what is going to drop away? What is this fantasy of what's going to seem to happen?
Well, if the sense of the self fell away here, which it probably won't because it's so persistent, I imagine that what falls away is the sense that there is somewhere else to get to and someone who can do something about that. Or someone who needs something to happen.
Okay. So where's that coming from?
I don't know. It's just a real felt embodied sense. It's a real felt embodied sense that something needs to happen for me.
Yeah.
To get what I want and have. And I know it's futile. I know it's never enough.
Yeah.
But I can't believe that energetic movement of need to something better doesn't arise anymore for that apparent character of Emerson.
Again, what's seen here is the unknown. It's a knowing basically, right? So it doesn't have any knowing expectations anymore. So what seems to be happen, it's kind of like it's like the wanting to know, wanting to get results, wanting to control things is retired. That's what seems to happen. This is just a story as well because there's really no one there, but that seeming kind of like traction of wanting to change things or thinking that I have control of life. As I said, always use this analogy. It's kind of like you're driving your whole life, for 20, 30 years, I don't know, 40 years. Here it's 50 years. And all of a sudden seeing that the car is driving by itself. They're kind of like, all this time, I thought that I was a horrible Asian driver. That I keep on screwing up things. That I keep on, stepping on red light, thinking that maybe I've done something wrong. That I have a lot of traffic tickets, but I don't even know how to drive. The car is driving by itself, and it's okay.
And
So
so with that,
no one is driving there, William, because there's no William.
yeah, but why is there such a strong need for control?
So you're just
'Cause you
asking me,
don't
how
have
do you
that.
switch to transmission? How do you switch to automatic? How do you?
Emerson,
No
you
one is
don't have a
driving it.
need for control. Clearly,
Yeah,
you don't have a need for control.
yeah, no one's there too. I'm telling you that there's no one driving. There's no one driving. There's no
What
memory.
can
There's
I
no
do?
time. There's no control. There's nothing.
What on earth can I do with this message? There's nothing to grip on.
Why
There's
would
nothing
you want to
to do.
do something when there's nothing that can be done because it's driving by itself?
I want to use this message to help me get somewhere better, and it's not working. I'm getting really, really pissed off. I'm getting really angry.
I know. Well, we'll do
Because
the
I can't.
101 soon. We'll explore this a bit more. Yeah,
I'm
because
gonna keep.
there,
No, I might try and manipulate you again tomorrow. We won't wait till Wednesday.
all right. Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep on going. Keep on going. That's no worries. No worries.
Oh, there's someone else I could go.
It's so funny because you think that that there's a driving technique that I can give you to drive life to what you want it to be, but the car's not, it's not even moving. There's an illusion that it's going somewhere, that it has to go somewhere, that it's taking this twist and turn and everything. But aside,
And it's almost. Can I say? It's almost like
but
I'm
it's
saying.
almost let me let me just share this. This is really really funny. So you think that you're driving, and I'm kind of like, actually, it's not a Tesla. It's actually one of those kiddie cars, like in a mall. That just goes like this, like one of those toy cars.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what I was going to say is it's almost like I'm saying put more petrol in, put more petrol so I can go faster. And there's not even an engine.
No, there's like, those kid ones? Those kiddie ones? That's what is happening. It's really nothing. It's not even moving anywhere. It's just this, like my little nephew likes this, goes, oh, can you put on a penny or a dollar? You know what I'm saying? One of those kind of like kid cars. That's,
Yeah.
yeah, it's hilarious because you're trying to get somewhere, but there's nowhere to go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Love you, William. I love your questions. So there's a question here. So when it's all happening at the same time, what exactly does this mean again? Like my daughter is texting me about her day or just hanging out. Is there no one really? Let's actually ask. Go ahead,
Okay, here
Angel.
I'm
Sorry.
back. Here
Go
I
ahead.
am. Okay, I won't take up much of your
No
time
worries. No
apparently here.
worries. There's no
But
time.
okay, I know. So, okay, when one of my kids, I apparently have 5 of them. So if one of them is texting me about their day or something happened or whether it's good, bad, whatever.
Mhm.
Or then another thing apparently happened this morning and my boyfriend's crying about his dad's passing here recently, them
Yeah.
losing a lot of their farm animals. And I'm thinking, is this just like, because things have been softening, is this me creating these, like?
No, no, no. You can't create anything because there's no one there. Everything that you're telling me seemingly happens in different time things, right? So there's this
Mhm.
illusion that time is moving from it's moving from here to here, right?
Uh-huh.
So what's when it's seen and there seems to be glimpses now that there's no one there. So when that
Mhm.
glimpse keeps on happening, well, it's not really happening, but when it's seen, when the collapse of that idea that I am here is seen completely, then everything that you're telling me just becomes a story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not it's almost like being in the story but not of the story. I don't even
Uh-huh.
know how to explain it. It's
Right.
just seeing that it's a story but also interacting in the story. There's
Right.
nothing wrong or right about it, right? Like
Right.
for example, sometimes I get into giggle fits when I see my parents kind of like bickering back and forth, and I
Yeah.
just have to leave the room because
I actually,
what I see is just this apparent seeing that there's nothing behind those,
right.
and then my
Yeah.
love is really empty because I love no
Mhm.
one. But there's this
Right.
love that I can't explain. It's unconditional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's a
exactly.
story again. See,
Yeah,
um,
I can kind of, yeah, I
yeah,
get that.
yeah,
I get that. But
yeah.
that's just something I've kind of been going back and forth with too, was like, okay, so when this is happening, like with one of the kids or something, is it really happening, or is there no one really on the other end of that message?
Again, in this story, it feels completely real. For example, if your daughter said, I really need you, you're not going to
Yeah.
say, well, you're not really there. Nothing is
Right.
happening.
Right.
Surely, saying you're going to say, what can I do for you, honey, or
Exactly.
something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But there's
exactly.
there's this also this lightness now because it's not a neurotic thing. It's not trying to fix things or something.
Yes.
It's actually fully listening to what seems to be
Mm-hmm.
happening. And if
Mm-hmm.
and it's seen that your daughter just needs a little bit of, loving, then that's what's
Mm-hmm.
given it. And it's just this almost like this magical happening that when there's no one doing, there's this fullness. It's not actually a denial. For example, when I help my mom, there's just this in loveness. I can't even explain it.
Right.
Even though it's seen that there's no one
Well,
there, because it's the character is just there's no one doing anything anyway. So there seems to be an idea that I have a choice in doing something. So when it's seen that everything is
mm-hmm.
just happening automatically, there's
Mm-hmm.
actually this kind of like, oh wow, that's kind of awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Just kind of like, yeah, like more just full on,
it's full
because
on. Yeah,
there's, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
it's full
Okay.
on. All right.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
I think it's Bertrand and then Susan. I'm not really sure. Bertrand.
I think Susan
Oh,
first.
Susan first. Okay. And then Susan, please go ahead. Hey, Susan. Susan? There she is. Hi.
Sorry, sorry. Hey.
Hi.
Okay, well, hi. So I was thinking, it's thoughts,
Oops.
thoughts and emotions that are just playing out, like the example with your parents fighting or whatever. Nobody's there, but
Yeah.
there's obviously information going between a parent, two people going ping pong with one another,
Yeah.
and so it feels like it's just that's what's happening. It's just this information playing out in space.
Yeah, it's not even information. It's just seeing directly that there's actually no one there. That's why it's funny. That there's
Yeah,
really no one behind
but
those eyes, that nothing's really happening. Or and I share this sometimes. I walk around the mall and I'm kind of like, "Oh, wow, this is like a game. It's like it's just everyone kind of like right now. There's no Susan there. There's this
mhm.
convinced, story that I am Susan or, or I don't know. There's this seemingly yeah, I can't even explain it. Yeah. But
Yeah,
there's really
no, but
nothing, there's no
somewhere
ping
it's like, yeah, I
ponging,
can see how.
there's no exchange, there's no transmission. Everything is just seen directly as nothing, appearing as everything. Not even appearing, it's nothing is everything. It's not an understanding, it's not even a sense, it's just a seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just like there is, gravity, you could say.
That's just another.
It's like, it appears as two people talking, but yeah,
Yeah, there's the illusion. You know
it's
what
an
I'm saying?
appearance. Yeah.
There's an appearance that something is really real. Illusion feels completely real. That
I
that
think
I
you
am.
froze, or maybe
Oh, I'm okay. I think. Am I frozen? No, no, no. According to I'm not frozen.
now you're good. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
there's this really felt sense of realness that I am here, that there's gravity, that there is separation, that you and I are talking. Kind of like, I'll use the dream analogy again. It's kind of like in a dream that it feels completely real until you see that it's not. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
you're really convinced that it's really, really happening. There's this really persistent feeling that there is something to get or something to know. But once it's seen, it's a dream. Everything that you really are holding on to collapses. Um, yeah, that's basically what's being expressed
Yeah.
here and over again. It's just the obviousness that really there's nothing happening, but it feels completely real that it's really happening. So it seems dualistic, seems to be kind of like, it's happening and it's not happening, but it's empty,
Hmm.
completely empty and full. Oh, thank you, Oyvind. Full and empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I see it also in people and in myself with even though there are no people, there are no selves, but it's just like, yeah, where is that person? Because your thoughts change, and you don't know what happens till when it happens, really. You
So,
think you're
yeah.
somebody,
Yeah.
and
So there's
but you don't know
no
what
one knows.
happens,
Again,
like how you react, or
yeah.
there's yeah, and so in that way I can see it's quite obvious that there's no certain person as such, that is just what appears in the moment, but then there is no moment, and there is no, yeah,
There you go. Yeah.
that's like a little more abstract.
Yeah, well, kind of like, what,
Yeah.
I'll make it simpler. It's kind of like in a nighttime dream, you really think that there's something really, really happening. You can even kind of like die or someone die in a nighttime dream. It's really full on. There's actually no difference. No transition has happened from night to day. Night and day are an illusion. So this is a dream that seemingly has ended, but it's continuous. Actually, there's the illusion that someone wakes up and someone goes to sleep, but there's no one going to sleep or waking up, because it's one continuous dream that actually doesn't exist in time and space. The time is the illusion. So time seems to have a beginning and an end. It's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whatever, but that's all illusory.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just interesting because in a night dream, yeah, every night things change, but the daydream seems very similar every day.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's just another idea, right? That's the illusion of separation.
it appears
You're cutting in and out, Susan.
appearance
Yeah, you're cutting in and out.
every
Your internet is you're frozen now.
maybe.
We'll get you back. We'll get you back. I'll get Bertrand first, and then maybe move to a different area in your room. Bertrand, go ahead.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I sort of like William a little bit. Like it's it's like not really frustration with the message, but yes, frustration with the message, but also frustration with
More like obsession,
no,
borderline.
no, like frustration.
Okay.
Frustration with like what's going on, like, or
Okay.
whatever seems to be going,
Oh, you're trying to catch nothing. You're trying
no,
to see emptiness. No? Okay. All right.
no, more like it's the one where like you feel a certain way, you feel dissatisfied, or you feel I don't know, you feel like you should do something.
So what seems to be happening is that the story keeps on coming up with story for a preferred story, when what's being expressed is that this is an unconditional story, that you can't choose a chapter, you can't pass forward, you can't pause, but you're seemingly wanting a different kind of story.
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah, but there's really no one. It's just a story happening. So it really can't really choose to a different story, because since there's no one, the illusion of something that can happen, can change the story, is the illusion that causes frustration and suffering, because it will never happen. Just being straight
Did,
up.
did you say something like because the illusion is chasing an illusion?
Yeah, it's trying to get out of the illusion. It thinks it wants a different illusion. It wants a better story. It wants an enlightened illusion. That's what it's looking for. It's looking for a fantasy is looking for a different fantasy. But since it's a fantasy, it can't fulfill the fantasy. What's being expressed here, that it's already free. So even wanting a different story is also emptiness appearing as an illusion. It's also nothing appearing as something. So everything is already perfect as it is. Even the wanting it to be different is also perfect. It's already free.
It's like, yeah, I don't get it, but yeah, that's not really understandable, but
Yeah. I'll get to you, Angel, but I have Anne here first. Go ahead, Anne.
Hi, Emerson.
Hi, Anne. How you doing?
Hi. Okay.
Can you breathe?
So I'm better.
Better. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
So I'm sitting here and I'm listening,
Yeah.
and I have this sensation of anger,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, I've started talking. It's this, there is no one here. I've started talking, and it's like this sensation, and my
Yeah.
fingers pointing,
Yeah.
but there's no one here.
Yes, but there's no one there, right?
It's I don't understand. It's like,
Yeah. I was talking to someone earlier that someone basically said, listening on the, I think the second session, that there was just almost kind of like um a vibration. This is just a story. And then the vibration was just this, almost like a pent up anger, and then and it was just nothing, like that didn't even exist. And then afterwards, it's that person here. If you want to share that person, I don't know if I want to, if you want to be public with that one, but there was seemingly a dropping away of everything. Yeah, because there's this kind of like the same kind of like explanation that I can, who's breathing, trying to catch who's breathing, who's doing this, who's angry. And then when it was seen that everything that was thinking that it was the identification is emptiness. So emptiness is speaking, emptiness is angry, emptiness is breathing. So there's no one behind it because it's all empty. So on the second session we talked about it. Okay, yeah. We'll probably release a vid. Yeah, we'll talk and but yeah, seemingly. So what seems to be happening is a dropping away. There seems to be a pull and push and pull, right? I don't know. I don't know I'm just sharing what the other person shared earlier, that there was kind of like almost like a shaking of all the belief system, and there was this anger coming out because it was trying to hold on to what it believes is real. And then seeing that the one that's holding on to what's real is also empty, released everything that seems to be believed into nothing. Yeah.
So it's like, who was that? What was that? What was it? It wasn't.
Nothing. It's just a story about an apparent
Yeah.
person that is seemingly kind of like having similar kind of like breathing thing earlier, because
Yeah.
it's getting, it's kind of like getting confronted that it's not there. We can talk later if you like. You know what I'm saying? We can talk later. It's seeming like, it's just a story, but seeming that something is apparently happening that's not really happening. If you know what I mean. We'll
Yeah.
talk later. Just message
Okay.
me. All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
Anne. Okay. Um, Angel, please go ahead and unmute yourself. Angel?
Okay, I'm back. I'm
Yeah.
here. Can
Hi.
you
Hi.
hear me?
Yeah.
Hey. What I was just gonna ask really quick, I think was I don't even remember what all I typed, but like what is the difference like apparently to a nighttime dream versus like the daytime dream, which I know there's neither, but you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
why does this feel,
I'll
in
go into
other words,
I'll go into story. There seems to be a bit heaviness in apparent daytime dream. Although this is just a story as well, right? So everything seems to, but really, everything that you're telling me right now is a dream. So this is a dream. So that don't even try to differentiate it, because it's just
okay.
an illusion that there's a nighttime and there's a daytime. Since there's no
Okay.
one dreaming, this is just a whole fucking dream, like a
Yeah.
dream. So there's
Right.
no one, no one dreams at night and no one dreams during the day. It's just a whole dream. So in
Right.
the apparent dream, so there seems to be kind of like someone woke up this morning. But have you ever had a dream within a dream within a dream that you think that you're awake and you realize that you're still dreaming?
Actually, yeah, apparently a long time ago, yes.
Well, that never stopped. This is still happening right now.
Oh my God. And it's weird because when I was a child, I like had apparently like glimpses and things I'll share with you
Yeah.
another time. But it's really bizarre, because
Yeah.
I remember like I'd be watching things as a child, like the Twilight Zone and stuff. And
This
I
is
was
the
like,
Twilight Zone. That's what I was
yeah,
saying
yeah. I was
earlier.
like, I was like, oh, really? I was like, this, I swear, I used to tell family and friends, that's what this is, because this cannot be real. It's like unreal and real. I used to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
that as a child. Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
It's like that plot twist at the end of Twilight Zone, right? You know, that soundtrack go doo 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 in
Yeah,
the Twilight
exactly.
Zone. And
Yeah.
then you're
Yeah.
kind of like telling everybody nothing is real and no one believes you. They're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And then the only other thing I was going to ask real quick is like, okay, so if I have a thought, which I know I'm not saying any of this right, but like if I have a thought of like, let's say my daughter's across town doing this and I'm going to go over there, that doesn't mean that she's across town. Like
No.
it's just like a thought that
Yeah,
she is across town, but she's not.
that's right. There's no one else out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Twilight
All right.
Zone. Yeah.
Yeah, the Twilight Zone.
Plot twist.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you,
All
Emerson.
right. All right. Bertrand. Bertrand's back. Oh, you're okay?
No, it was an old hand, but
Okay, no worries. You're here.
I mean, even if I ask, it'll be the same.
How do you know?
No, not the same answer. Not the same question. It's like you answer the question, but I can't do anything with the answer.
Yeah, because the one
Yeah.
that's trying to do with the answer is trying to make a story out of something that's not a story. It's trying to fuck with the unfuckable of what's already here. You can't fuck with the unfuckable.
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
just frustrated. That's all.
Yeah. All right. It is frustrating, in the story, right? If there's this kind of like looping, because there's this seeming loop of knowing and trying to know something that is not known. So it will keep on chasing knowing, and it will just try to know it, until it's kind of like another movie analogy here, right? It's kind of like it's just going in a circle over and over again, and then you will never know that it's a circle of knowing over and over again, because the knower and the knowing are both illusion. The seeking and the seeker are both illusion, but it thinks it's separate. So the one that is having the thoughts and the thinker are both illusions. But since it can't get out of thinking, it thinks that it's real. Because thinking is a self-generating reinforcement of the character over and over again. It's almost like the camera has to pan out, or someone speak in a fourth wall saying, "There's no one here." Have you seen those movies when when there's seemingly a just kind of like an exposure that there's nothing happening? But I think you already know that.
No. It's I don't know. It's yeah. Like I think you mentioned, what was that Tony said? Say no more. There. Say no more.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah, it's the what seems to be obvious is that everything that appears, everything that appears is empty. So there's no meaning in what's being said. So the seeking is empty. Every single thought is emptiness. Even the frustration is emptiness. Even the trying to figure out is emptiness. So emptiness is just going around in circles looking for its emptiness, when everything is actually empty. Everything that you're looking at, thinking at, feeling is completely empty. It's fully empty. So even, what you think is not empty is also empty. Everything is empty. Again, this is non-duality, right? This is not, selective non-duality. Seeking is also emptiness. Not finding is also emptiness. Frustration is also emptiness. The me is also emptiness. Everything is emptiness.
yeah, it's like a like a balloon being blown in my chest, and it's like, but no, don't say. Right. Thank you, Emerson.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for the kind words. Thank you so much. Someone sending me love notes on the chat. Thank you. Pramali. Hi, Pramali.
I just want to say I know how he feels.
Yeah.
I was like that for 2 years, 3 years. It's exactly like that. But just keep on going, it will happen.
Yeah,
Just want
there's
to
no
say.
one, no
I
choice in a way
know, I
to
know.
do it or not do it. It's kind of like the seeking is kind of funny because sometimes people say that, well, maybe I'll stop. I did it too as a seeker. It's kind of like when someone from Facebook that is addicted to likes says goodbye. I'm taking a break from a break from Facebook, and comes back within like 2 days because it misses all the likes. So that's what
Yeah,
seeking is.
yeah, yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, but it will happen. Like it will happen, isn't it?
No.
It will.
It doesn't happen to anyone because what is wanting to happen is already here. It's already free. It's
Yes,
already
but then,
obviously. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead,
but
sorry.
then one day it clicked.
There's no one day.
Yeah, I know, but it
Yeah.
clicked.
It's already this. This question. Do you guarantee enlightenment in your one-on-ones? I don't actually, you know, know. What you see on the one-on-ones is nothing happening. It's not a guaranteed enlightenment. That's not what's being expressed here. What's being expressed is that no one gets enlightened. Nothing happens. There is an illumination that there's no one here, that nothing is happening. In that illumination, sometimes laughter happens, crying happens, but for no one. It's just the seeing that nothing has ever happened, or no one has ever been here. And that's what I've been talking about here, nonstop. It's kind of like saying, hi, hi, hi. What you're looking for is saying, hi, hi, hi. It's in everywhere, it's in everything, it's in every single thing. Everything is empty, fullness. So, what seems to be looked for, someone just said, got it, but I didn't get it. Yes, yes. There's a, there was a, there was fear earlier, but now seems to be openness. Yes. George goes, it seems as if the apparent birth of knowing something is the simultaneous birth of the knower, as you mentioned. It's a loop. Yes. Feeding back on itself. Yes. So it's just an appearance of knowing. It's the illusion. So the illusion that this feels real needs knowing. The illusion that there is a you and I requires a knower and a knowing. So it's the same thing all at once happening, that there seems to be a knower or a knowing when actually it's emptiness. So what seems to be knowing or know a knower, even that loop is actually emptiness, because everything is empty. Everything is already. Oh, someone just said bingo. Yes. Message me later. Message me later. Yes. Um. Yes. Totally. Totally. It's. Someone said it's the dropping away of everything. Yes. Although nothing happened. So the dropping away of everything is also a story. But that seems to be what's happening. Is yes, the dropping of belief, ideas. Yes. Totally. Totally. So there's this illusion that someone is dropping, but it's not the someone that drops, because the someone is an idea. Someone is just an illusion. There's never been anyone. So that idea of someone, the belief of someone, is what seems to disintegrate. There seems to be resonance here that there is not a thing. Yes. So what seems to be resonating seems to be that emptiness is seeing its own emptiness. Although there's no separate emptiness and there's a different emptiness. It's just emptiness seeing its boundlessness, seeing that nothing has ever happened. Yes, I'll be releasing some of this video via email, so you guys will get an email. Um, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it tomorrow, but I'll do it most likely on Monday. Is that okay? I know you guys want to.
Yeah.
Yes, it will get released. Don't worry. Don't worry. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you too for coming. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Emerson.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you so much. I guess if there's no more question, I'm just going to put it on gallery view, and thank you, Steve. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you,
Tanya.
Emerson.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Emerson.
much, everyone.
Thank you, Emerson.
Thank you,
We'll see you guys
everyone.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Emerson.
Love you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Emerson.
Thank
Emerson.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
Perfect.
Ah,
Emerson was perfect.
Thank you.
oh, thank you. Thank you.
Love you. Thank
There's
you.
a breakout room. Oh, there's
Thank
Rosa. There's Ilyana. There's Romana. Hi,
Is it a
Romana.
breaker room?
Yes, there's a breakout room. Yeah.
Cool.
Emmy, you are dressed to kill. Love it.
Yeah, you look very
I'm
sharp.
actually going to take San Miguel out. That's why I am dressed like this.
Awesome.